What is up, party people? It is your boy Voltron, the Crypto Sam. I'm back. I am out of YouTube jail. So it feels like some people went out there. They went out of their way to flag my channel, and they said that the channel promoted drug use. So I had to leave. They gave me a strike, and I appealed it. They denied it. They said yes, it's true. And they gave me a 1 second clip of a close-up. It was a cigar. So they didn't even review the video. They just looked at the cigar and assumed there was something else in the cigar. But it was a cigar. You guys know the channel. I posted the entire video on X. So then, I moved over to X. And it seemed to work for a little bit, but then there were times where it just wasn't working. So with YouTube, it didn't make sense to post any more videos, because while I was in YouTube jail, I could post as many videos as I want and no one's gonna know about it. It's not gonna show up on their searches. That means if someone types Ankr, it's not gonna show up. Unless you have a link, you don't know that it was uploaded. So I had 2 strikes with YouTube. A 3rd strike, they shut down the channel. So I went over to X. So if you basically, if you get 3 strikes, you're out. But the 3 strikes have to be new videos. So these were old videos that had gotten strikes. And if I posted new, even if I got more strikes with videos pre-posted, those don't count anymore. But if I get new videos uploaded after the warning and I get another strike, they shut me down. So that's why, one of the reasons why I couldn't post. So I was censored. X worked out for a little bit, but there were issues. It takes forever to upload a video. And it's something that X knows about. They know that they have issues with cell phone videos. So if you try to upload a cell phone video, you may run into problems. The other thing is the processing time. So I upload a video and it can take 8 hours for one of my 2-minute videos to upload. Then a day or 2 to process. So it just wasn't worth it, because lots of times when we're talking about crypto, we're talking about current news. So if the video shows up 3 days later, it just wasn't worth it. So it seems like X wants to invite content creators, but they aren't focusing on the little guys yet. They're focusing on getting bigger names, like they went after Tucker, Don Lemon. They want the bigger names, Tulsi, so they're focusing on building the big names, and then hopefully the smaller guys later on, as they start to build X, will start to come on board. But at the moment, it's not maximized for the little guy. And also, I've been busy. My dad's still in rehab. He's still in the hospital. He's made major improvements. If you guys watch the channel, you guys know he was in the ICU for a month and it didn't look good. The doctors told us it's time to pull the plugs. They said pull the plug. My mom freaked out. My sister was out of town. She had to fly in. It was just horrible. And then, a month later, he started to respond. And they didn't think he would, but he did. So he started to respond. He opened his eyes. He was able to communicate yes and no for about another 2 months. And then around the 4th month, he started to verbalize. So now he's able to communicate, to converse. His memory is still a little off. He remembers all the stuff from the year 2010 and past. But the more current stuff, it's a little more fuzzy. So if I ask him, where did you work in the 80s? He'll tell you. What's the phone number of that job? He'll know it. If you ask him, where do you live today? It's a little fuzzy, but he's improving, which is, best gift anyone can get. So, and also I've been, trying to get things rearranged around the house, because summer's coming and I gotta put my wine, I gotta put the wine in a special room, because I live in an area that is super hot. It is super hot. It's scalding hot. So if I leave them anywhere near windows, those bottles dry up, the corks dry up, my cigars dry up. I have the humidor at 80, because if I keep them, you're supposed to keep them around 60 to 70, but if I keep them that, they still dry out somehow. Even though it says they're airtight, they still dry out. That's how humid it is out here. Not humid, that's how dry it is here. So, Ankr. I am still holding Anchor. I saw some of the posts. I would every so often look at Telegram and see, oh, Voltron sold, Voltron gave up, and Voltron didn't sell. Voltron didn't give up. Voltron still holds all his Anchor. It's been an excellent week for people in crypto. If you guys have been watching the channel, I always said I buy dips. I'm not a big buyer during bull runs because I'm looking to sell at that point. I have projects, not long-term projects. I have long-term projects, and you guys know about it because I talk about them on the channel. I also have quick flip projects. And if you follow me on X, then you guys know I already flipped one. You know, I held Jasmine. I kept buying Jasmine while it was going down during the bear cycle. And then suddenly it hit a penny. So I'm like, I'm unloading this. You know, because it's not a project I really liked. I always got into Jasmine just to flip it. That's one of my quick flip projects, and I've done good. I've had a couple other quick flips, and that money goes into Ankr, goes into Flexa, and goes into stable coins. So I put some in stable coins, so if there's another dip, I'm ready to start adding some more. But at the moment, it's been a seller's market, and it's been excellent to see that the bull market is here, because now all the time we kept hitting all-time lows and I kept loading up and people kept making fun of me. I feel good now because I'm in the black. Being in the black is excellent. And I knew that this day would arrive. You know, I knew it was just a matter of accumulate, average downwards, and then wait for the bull run. I've seen people that during mini cycles were at a certain average, and then it starts to pump. And then they're like, oh, I added some more, but my average is going up. I don't know, but I still feel good. I'm like, oh. You know, when we had those mini pumps, it's so tempting, at least for me, against not financial advice. It was so tempting for me to add more, but I'm like, no. I never want to average up. That's my opinion. I never want to average up. I don't mind averaging down if I know that it's a legit project that's going to bounce back. But I'm glad I didn't, because, you know, I maximized the profits. And you never know, it's crypto. You could have gone back down again. And now I have to average down again, some more, which would have sucked. So Ankr, you know, hit 3 cents today. And that's, you know, that's good news. It's good to see that they are moving forward. With the bull cycle, that means that there is going to be more demand for Ankr. We're starting to see more people looking at layer twos starting to get into the payment industry. And what do we know? We know that Ankr is in the mix. Think of any layer 2 that's hooked up to Ethereum, and you'll find Ankr at the core. Bitcoin. Ankr doesn't talk much about Bitcoin, but they have made investments in companies that are working with Bitcoin. We know Bitcoin ETFs, they're starting to become big now. The world's starting to hear about it. Mainstream people are starting to hear Bitcoin. They're like, okay, Wall Street's on board. You know, I might want to start investing. So this is good news because Ankr is in the mix. The more people that use Web3, the more people will use Ankr in the background. They may not know that they're using Ankr, but it's running in the background. You know, you guys want a cup of water, you go to the faucet, pour some water, but you don't realize that that water's coming through pipes, and Ankr is those pipes. Regardless of what building or where you get that water from, it's coming from Ankr. That's the way I see it. So I like this bull run because now I think we're going to start to see Ankr start to pop. We're going to start to see our other long-term holds start to pop. You know, we talked about Algorand. And Algorand already has doubled. You know, it hit the all-time low around 9 cents, 10 cents, scoops it up, and now it's at 20 cents. That's, you know, I love seeing that. So, I'm excited for this bull market. I probably won't be buying much, you know, unless we get a nice dip, because I'm a dip buyer. I don't like to average myself up. But I'm starting to see nice opportunities to start taking profits with some of these tokens. Until next time, guys, peace out.